Hi, welcome to Library Madness, and today I'm going to go over how to make snowy slime. I've already put a little bit of my shaving cream into the bowl. You'll see I have a fairly big bowl. You even could use one a little bit bigger than this. Glass is great, but if you don't have glass, another type of bowl would work. So you need 3 cups of your shaving cream. I've given you shaving cream. Siblings, you're sharing shaving cream. This is my last cup. I gave you a stick to help you scrape it into your bowl. So you're gonna do that. Try to get most of it out. And you can see it's kind of almost overflowing my bowl, but it'll tap down when we put more stuff in. So for you, you have a bottle of glue that's 4 ounces and you're going to just dump that whole thing of glue into the bowl. I just measured some out in a cup for myself. So we're gonna pour that in. You can use your stick again. So your glue, your shaving cream, and then you have a container that's labeled baking soda. You're gonna sprinkle all that in. I'm gonna set my mixer down. And then you'll also need a spoon. Use a pretty heavy duty spoon. We're gonna mix all this together. And just take your time. It is a lot, but you're trying to mix that baking soda, the glue, and the shaving cream all together. You're gonna do that. Mix it up a bunch to make sure it's nice and mixed. We'll see how well this works. I practiced this before I taped this and my slime turned out great, but we'll see. Slime can be tricky. We'll see if I have good luck this time. Okay, so now I have this mixed up, and we're not putting our hands in the bowl. Then you have some contact solution. You have 2 things. One is labeled extra. We're not going to use that. That's just in case we need it at the end. So the 1 container of contact solution, we're going to pour that in. And now we're going to mix again. We're going to mix with our spoon. And just be careful if you have a bowl like I do that we don't dump it out. And it's going to start to react. I can already tell. You can see this is kind of glooping together and getting sticky. But it takes a lot of mixing. You can see now it is getting sticky. See, it's pulling away. But I still do not want to put my hands in this. I want to just continue mixing. And it does take a while. And you want it to be really difficult to mix. And you want to just kind of flip it all over so you can get all of the stuff that's in your bowl interacting with your contact solution. It's definitely getting better because I can almost pick up everything, but it's still not there. You want this to be really, really mixed up before you put your hands in there. Because right now it's just gonna stick to your hands. So fight the urge. If you want to give it a little poke, make sure you have a paper towel or something handy that you can wipe off, but it's not ready to touch yet. It's getting really stringy. And pretty much, I want to be able to get all of this stuck to my spoon. So I'm almost there. There's just a little bit left in the bowl. So I'm going to mix a little more. And you just keep playing with it. It's getting more and more sticky, which is good. And it's getting all the stuff off the side of my bowl. It's starting to stick to it. So now you can see I'm even getting more. So I'm just gonna keep that up. It does get really difficult. So look at that. It's sticking to my spoon. So now is the time where it's kind of ready to touch. It's still a little sticky. It's still sticking to me. So here's your tip. Don't stick your fingers in there and squish it like that. Pretend it's bread dough. Pretend it's a hot potato. So I kind of like to make a fist and it is still sticking to me. If you have a work surface that it won't stick to, you can flop it out on that, but it's still really sticky. So I'm gonna kind of punch it like that. I'm gonna move my hands very quickly. I'm also now turning my slime color because there was a little bit of paint on my tray. Your slime will stay white. So see how I'm just working really quickly with my fingers? I do have a little bit on my hands, but it's not too bad because I'm not stopping. So you want to kind of punch it, treat it like a hot potato and bread dough. And the more you work with it, the nicer it's going to get. So now, again, it's still pretty sticky if I touch it too much. But just keep working it. You can actually feel it start to stiffen up. So this is actually pretty good. Now I can test it a little bit. If you touch it like that, it shouldn't come up on your finger. Now I'm getting my fingers in and it's pretty good. See, I can do this. It's not really sticking. I have a little bit stuck on me and I can actually begin to use this to get it off my hands. So once it's about that consistency, now you can add your glitter. So you have some glitter, kind of flatten it out like this, like a pancake, and then sprinkle some of that glitter in there. And then you want to work it in. Maybe flip it over, sprinkle some more glitter, work it in. So you'll just keep doing that to work your glitter in. However much you like, you can use all of it, but you don't have to. All right, now I have my slime. This turned out pretty good. So if it seems, I might even stick it a little bit in here to get the rest of this out of my bowl. So now I can just roll it in the bowl. There was a little bit left in there. If it doesn't seem fluffy enough, at this point you can, if you never got to this point, if it never stuck around the spoon, then I have some tips on the sheet. So if it seems too not fluffy enough, then you can add a little bit more shaving cream. Don't go too crazy, add a little at a time. If it doesn't seem stretchy, or if it's falling, like when you do this, if it starts to peel apart, it might need a tiny bit more of contact solution. So you have that extra contact solution, but don't use it all. Just do a little bit at a time. Sometimes it's enough just to dip your fingers in that contact solution and kind of touch it a little bit on your slime and work it in. Do a little bit at a time, because you don't, once you, if you do too much, then it's really hard to undo it. But I think I've successfully done this 2 times following the recipe. So I hope that you have success too. And remember, don't put it in your hands until it's all sticking to your spoon. And use your knuckles until it's actually formed into fluffy slime. So have a great time with that, and I'll see you next time.